Mega Venusaur, Manaphy, Mimikyu, Donphan, Talonflame, and the Cobalion this week with some pretty cool sets. First off, we're bringing a mono sludge bombing Venusaur versus a team with Celesteela with Leech Seed and Sleep Powder with Synthesis. Pretty fat set here. Can take hits from Mega Gyarados as long as you don't let it get too out of hand, and can potentially. Well, it's not gonna. It's Mega Gyarados cannot keep a sub up versus us, so that's something to be noted. But unfortunately, things like Celesteela can switch in and be immune to my hits. A sub variant could be very scary and stuff like that. This thing can also take hits from Clefable pretty well, Rotom Heat really well, especially because after I Mega Evolve I get the ability to Thick Fat, so on and so forth. And I guess this thing, like, it can't really do much to Rhyperior outside of Leech Seed Synthesis spam, but Rhyperior can't do much to us either because we are so defensive. But yeah, we'll move on to our next pick. We have Manaphy coming in with a Timid Nature, nearly max speed, max special attack, with Tail Glow, Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball with the Splash Plate. So we got the splash plate there, boosting our Surf to unreasonable heights, Hydro Pump heights, I guess. But yeah, this thing's really good. After a Tail Glow, we can really break through our opponent's team with Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball. Our opponent has a couple of checks, but Ice Beam and Energy Ball should do the job. We can Serena, remove potential Yachi Berry, and then this thing has no counterplay. Next up, we have Mimikyu with the Spooky Plate and the Swords Dance with Dual Stab with Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak with Play Rough as our last move. Shadow Sneak gives us reliable priority, and it's boosted by the Spooky Plate, and obviously going to be boosted by Swords Dance. We can always get up one Swords Dance thanks to our Disguise, and then Shadow Sneak for, priority, pick off weakened things, and so on and so forth. This also gives us a backup Mega Gyarados check. If our Disguise is intact, we can always take one hit, fire off a huge Play Rough, and put it in range of any one hit from any of our other Pokemons. Assuming that any of our other Pokemon can also survive a hit. But yeah, that's going to be it for that thing. We'll move on to Donphan. We have a leftover Sturdy variant with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Rapid Spin. And they did the Stone Edge there. It doesn't do a whole lot to Celesteela. As you can see, my whole team doesn't do much to Celesteela so far, outside of like a Tail Glowing Manaphy. That's actually why we are Timid max special attack, so that we can do the most damage output possible. Would have liked to have ran Modest, but couldn't afford the speed drop. And yeah, we're max HP, max Pdef on this set. Allows us to take hits from Rotom Heat pretty well, Clefable, Acelgor, so on and so forth. So yeah, our last Pokemon, actually not our last Pokemon, our second to last Pokemon deals with Celesteela to an extent. We can taunt it, Will-O-Wisp it, burst off its damage, but we can't do any real damage back because all we have is Brave Bird and the Flying EMZ. But we do have Flame Body and Will-O-Wisp, so we have multiple chances to burn it. We have Taunt to prevent Stealth Rocks from things like Rhyperior, Clefable. This also can taunt Clefable from setting up with Cosmic Power or Calm Mind or anything weird like that. Prevent Celesteela from clicking Autotomize, Leech Seed, all that annoying stuff that Celesteela does. And last but not least, we have a Choice Scarf Cobalion, which is EV to outpace an Autotomized Celesteela and Thunderwave it. Literally Thunderwave it, because close combat doesn't do enough. It could potentially be worn down to the point where it could, but yeah, just generally close combat does not do the job. So Thunderwave was a more reliable way to just come in, Thunderwave it, maybe survive any one hit, and then keep Scarf Cobalion for the late game or so on or so forth. We have Taunt there as well, so it might seem weird seeing a Cobalion with Taunt and Thunderwave on a Choice Scarf set, but in the case that we get our Choice Scarf knocked off and we get a justified boost, Close Combat and Iron Head do pretty significant amounts of damage, and then Thunderwave and Taunt can be used excessively after that. But so on and so forth. We don't want to just lose our items for no reason. And yeah, so I feel like we can deal with Dragalge with Mega Venusaur and the Donphan being Spadef, as well as having like Mimikyu with the Disguise, Play Rough, and Shadow Claw. So yeah, that's gonna be nice. A Selgor shouldn't be too huge of an issue. It does get spikes and Final Gambit, Encore, so on and so forth, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I think the biggest issue is Clefable and Celesteela, and then breaking through his team with Manaphy. So hopefully it can all fall into place there. He does have the Hitmonlee, which could be an Unburdened variant, it could be a Choice Scarf variant, it could be a Limber variant, which would be actually a nice little bring versus my squad. Licky Licky's put in the work this season, so maybe Hitmonlee does come to just have something that can always OHKO Licky Licky. I could bring Sneasel as well. I believe my speed tiers force him to bring a Selgor. It does outpace my entire team, knocks things like Latios out, knocks Sneasel out, can potentially knock Talonflame out if you bring the right movesets. Like, it's not, Talonflame's not switching in on a Bug Buzz and then taking a Hidden Power Rock from a max special attack. A Selgor is just not happening. Has the potential to run Life Orb, the potential to run Modest Life Orb, with Hazard Stacks, Spikes, and Stealth Rocks. Yeah, team looks really, really scary. And then he's got like U-turn momentum with the Selgor, with Serena, Volt Switch on, Rotom Heat into things like Mega Gyarados and Celesteela and Clefable and Dragalge. Just drop adaptability, Draco Meteors, choice specs. It's really, really hard to switch into. I think Mega Gyarados could also have Taunt for things like Mega Venusaur with Lead Seed, or like Licky Licky. Well, okay. So some people do try to taunt Licky Licky. I guess it's worth the try because, you know, it might not be a Oblivious variant. But yeah, most of the time I'm going to be running Oblivious because I'm going to be running like Wish Protect. So yeah, if he does run Taunt on something like that, then I can bypass that. Could, if I was bringing Licky Licky, I could bypass it with Oblivious. But he may know that and may decide to not even bring Taunt or anything like that. So yeah, it's going to be the team prep, and we can go ahead and hop into the battle, and we'll be right back. Here we are with the replay, and my opponent chooses to bring the Selgor, Serena, Celesteela, Rhyperior, Mega Gyarados, and the Clefable. So yeah, the three big problematic Pokemon, and then Serena, which would be problematic to my Manaphy. He didn't bring the Dragalge or the Rotom Heat, but yeah, he does have U-turn options in Selgor and Serena, into things like Z Celesteela, potential Rock Polish Rhyperior. It could be an offensive variant since he does have Clefable for Stealth Rocks. Or then again, Clefable could be like a Calm Mind variant, and then Rocks are carried on Rhyperior. Spikes could be carried on the Selgor. A couple different options he has there. But yeah, let's just lead off and see what he wants to lead with. I'm going to lead off with Donphan and try to get my Stealth Rocks up, as he leads off with his Selgor. So yeah, speed is key, he says. He sets up his Spikes, I set up my Stealth Rocks. Now he Encores me into Stealth Rocks. So I knew that was going to be a potential thing there. And he just U-turns out versus my Talonflame that I hard switch in. So now he brings in the Rhyperior. I'm not packing the natural gift this week, unfortunately. I could Will-O-Wisp here, predicting his Stealth Rocks, but I think my best play is to just go out into Donphan and spin away both the Stealth Rocks and the Spike, since Selgor is no longer in to Encore me. and he goes for the ice punch, and he gets the freeze. I don't have Scald or any kind of fire type move that can thaw me out here, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way and wait turn upon turn. And he gets his Stealth Rocks back up. I attempt to spin here, but I stay frozen as he goes into Serena. Now he can spin, and I cannot spin, but he just decides to U-turn out. I'm not going for spin there. Kind of made me think that maybe he's a choice scarf variant. He just U-turned out, didn't show leftovers or anything like that. And I'm just going to go out into my Mega Venusaur. He gets a Celesteela in on me, and I'm going to go hard into my Cobalion. He goes for the acrobatics, and it bounces off. And I can taunt here, or I can Thunder Wave. And I'm going to choose to, or I could close combat as well, I suppose. But I'm going to click the Thunder Wave, predicting, him to stay in to see what I want to go for. And I'm going to hard switch out into Donphan here and try to spin away the Stealth Rocks. And I do get the spin off this turn, and I'm able to not be frozen on the second Ice Punch here. So I can just click Earthquake now and see what he wants to go for. He goes for the Stealth Rocks again. I can just spin away the rocks as he goes for the Ice Punch and knocks me out. Now I can bring in Manaphy and attempt to set up versus him, or I can just click Surf. And that's what I'm actually going to do to gauge how much damage it does to Serena. And that wasn't AV damage, so I'm still concerned with that thing being Choice Scarf. Definitely still concerned about that thing being Choice Scarf. But he goes for the spikes here as I go for the Sludge Bomb. And now he's going to Encore me into Sludge Bomb, so that maybe Celesteela can come in and set up on me. But he actually goes hard into Rhyperior. Little does he know, I don't even have another attacking move, so Encoring me there was not a poor play, but it didn't matter. I had to switch out or click Sludge Bomb versus Rhyperior anyway. I guess it prevented me from just clicking Leech Seed as he got his Stealth Rocks up. But I hard switch into Manaphy here, and I'm going to Tail Glow up on this turn. No, excuse me. I just clicked Surf again. No reason to Tail Glow up yet. And now I've got, he's got Stealth Rocks up, so I wanted to go into Talonflame here and maybe Roost up on the Serena. And that's what I'm going to do. But he reveals that he is Power Whip. So he's revealed U-turn and Power Whip on Serena so far. Nothing else. So what I want to do here is I just want to burn the Rhyperior. Talonflame is not a win condition. It does little to nothing the rest of the match. So yeah, now I can go into Mega Venusaur and click Synthesis. This was my best way to get back to full health, was to burn Rhyperior and then Synthesis up. And then I can throw off a Leech Seed on it and then Synthesis up the following turn, and I'll be at pretty solid chunk of HP after we get done with this exchange, taking like 20% max from a Earthquake there. And yeah, we top out here at 86%, so I'm happy about that exchange. And he goes into his Celesteela once again. I'm going to hard switch into Cobalion, and I'm just going to throw off another Thunder Wave as he goes for the Autotomize. So I'm not sure what he was going for the Autotomize for. I guess maybe to be faster than everything else on my team. But what I'm going to do is go hard into Manaphy and set up a Tail Glow here. Reason being I set up a Tail Glow here is because if he goes for Acrobatics, it's not going to knock me out. It won't knock me out. And there's a chance that he gets full paired. And if I get this Tail Glow up, I could potentially just win the game right here. So, I do have outs if he breaks through here and goes for like the Supersonic Sky Strike or the Corkscrew Crash. Corkscrew Crash won't even knock me out. But yeah, if he knocks us out here, then we just go into Cobalion and spam Close Combat. And if he brings in Clefable, we're able to hard switch out into our Mega Venusaur. If he brings in Gyarados, he has to Mega Evolve first turn and take a Choice Scarf Close Combat. And if he gets the Intimidate off with Gyarados, then we can just sack off Mimikyu. And if he goes for a Dragon Dance, then I keep my Disguise up and I can hit him with the Play Rough as he breaks my Disguise, and then Shadow Sneak him for extra damage. Either way, he's going to be in range of me bringing back in Cobalion for the Choice Scarf Close Combat. So yeah, that was the idea behind the plays here. And he reveals the breakneck blitz, revealing to be Mammalium Z. As yeah, we're just gonna fire off the surf now. We are splash plate, so we do just go straight through that bad boy. And his Clefable, had we not been splash plate, he would have lived there. But we are the splash plate, and we were able to knock him out there. And now he goes into the Gyarados. He is forced to Mega Evolve turn 1. I don't know why he didn't. I'm pretty sure that's in the rules that you have to Mega Evolve on turn 1. Should have knocked him out there with the Energy Ball, but he survives, and we're going to go into Cobalion here. And we're a Choice Scarf, so we knock this thing out, no problem. Close combat, and Serena is definitely in range of close combat as well. So, yeah, pretty fun match, I thought. I didn't like the freeze on Donphan, but it is a fun match nonetheless. So yeah, good game to Dargan, and we're going to be moving on to I think 4-1 after this one, and that's not a bad start. First time in the league, in this league anyway, and we're doing pretty well. Hopefully we can continue riding this wave of momentum and do the same in week 6. So let me know what you thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.